I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
You're all puppets, tangled in strings.
Hey guys, Mashiachiym here, or Christian. That's what the name means, nothing else. At least in the context that I use it for the channel name. I wanted to go over iPetGoat, specifically the winter of it. Before we go over iPetGoat, I want to introduce you to the characters. Now, they call this guy here Fire of Truth. That's you. No, it's not. Let's get something straight. Whether they know it or not, this film they made has been used. And it's definitely being used to show us what's going to happen. That is the Antichrist. Don't be deceived with that. But here we go. We got Barack Obama and Bush. You'll see what I mean in a second. He switches into Barack Obama, but it says the left-right puppet, an additional layer of disenfranchisement, keeping you distracted while Draco weaves his web. Draco, the Draconians, the Illuminati, the bloodline of the Illuminati. You get that? From the ancient times, like Nimrod and all that. Then we got Lily. That kind of seems like Sandy Hook. She suddenly, in starting realization around the rose and Lily, this apple is not mine. She thought it belongs to someone else. I wonder if that's referring to our generation, how our generation's future was kind of stolen. Not that we were ever meant to have it, but like our parents got, and grandparents and their parents had families and this and that. We don't get that. We don't. We get what's coming, which I'll show you. This is Sun Tzu. I like Sun Tzu. Opposing courageously those who would enslave her. Keep that in mind. We got Ali, who apparently, the whirling heart of Islam, awakened to the one true God. He is free and needs no control. Now, we know the one true God is Yahuwah, but the God of the Bible. But yeah, he seems to be resurrected at some point in a white robe, so that's interesting. We got Juan Pepto with the hammer and sickle, and he's sinking. After years of economic exploitation and the environmental degradation, Juan Pepto has decidedly a sinking feeling. We got, now, excuse me if I don't say this right, L'Enfant Bleu, the Keeper of the Flame. Then we got what's very interesting, Madame Q. Reminds you of QAnon, doesn't it? That false flag, psychological, well, not false flag, because that's an event, but the psychological, the PSYOP, that's the word I'm looking for. PSYOP group. Madame Q's point of suffering is sex. It is is it repression or indulgence? We don't know, yet there's definitely shame there. I think she's a representation of maybe the whore in Revelation a bit, but also, it could be, I'm not sure. But also just a hag who's unclean, a sorceress or something. Then we got Ludovic. In Latin, lodo means to play, and ovis, ovum or ovis can mean egg. This egg is a symbol of the potential genetics and of the soul. Ovis can also mean sheep in Latin, but in reality, Ludovic comes from a Germanic name meaning illustrious in combat. Then you have Draco, who represents the Illuminati, Big Brother, the bloodlines, the people controlling the world. The sorcerer, they're sorcerers, they're satanic. The unseen hand and spirit of madness, seeking over more control through trickery, lies, poisons, false flag events, wars, and mountains of bureaucratic and legal framework to siphon off the energy of the inhabitants of the earth. He fears the light of day as he fears life itself and operates in the shadows. His greatest power is his hold on the issuance of the currency. Then you got Pieta, boxed in with the 666 barcode, skullduggery. Looks like death coming to take people. More skullduggery, which is like foolery, trickery. You got prey, which is Draco and the egg. So editing genetics. Now this one, keep in mind, this is right after. This is coming. Sadness. Sadness. The winter of sadness. The false flag attack there. And then that little guy dancing there, who I'm not sure what he represents. I'd have to look into it more. Then you got Halo Tray, Lady Liberty, and the sky closing, becoming completely dark. That's something interesting as well. Could be chemtrails. I don't think it's the sky disappearing in Revelation, but yeah. And then you got all your characters here. But let's get into the video. So you got the 666 right there, a goat boxed in. You got the what looks like a police officer or authority figure holding a dog on a leash. So yeah. Then you got Draco, the S, which could be a serpent and Satan. And the blood on the right hand. And on the left hand you got the gold ring of the serpent. But yeah, he's holding the puppet strings for the George Bush first. This is where they talk about this was the classroom where they do the plane hit, all that thing, where they basically talk about planes hitting towers right before 9/11 happened. He's looking at the checkered floor. Yeah, shame on me, fool me once, shame on me, shame on you. Talks about evolution in the background, but the checkered floor is representative of masonry. Lots of symbolism here that we could go over another time, but I'm just mainly getting in. He's transforming into Obama, right? There's Obama, winking. He's laughing. He's got his graduation cap on. He's graduating. The country's graduating into something else. Keep that in mind. We're transforming into a new era. After Obama, Trump came in, and he is the last president, the Trump of America. Now the apple opens up. Doo-doo-doo. Makes like some lotus-looking flower. Now, that Richie just broke down. That just happened. Obama was laughing. Or not laughing, sorry. He was crying. He shed tears, which were obviously probably staged, at the DNC over Trump tearing the country apart. Now, we all know that that's just part of the plan, and he knows it, and they all know it. They're all buddies behind the scenes. But it's symbolism. He sheds a tear right before the sadness, the deadly winter that is about to happen. So, yeah.
I have sat in the Oval Office with both of the men who are running for president. I never expected that my successor would embrace my vision or continue my policies. I did hope, for the sake of our country, that Donald Trump might show some interest in taking the job seriously, that he might come to feel the weight of the office and discover some reverence for the democracy that had been placed in his care. But he never did. For close to 4 years now, he has shown no interest in putting in the work, no interest in finding common ground, no interest in using the awesome power of his office to help anyone but himself and his friends. No interest in treating the presidency as anything but one more reality show that he can use to get the attention he craves. Donald Trump hasn't grown into the job because he can't. And the consequences of that failure are severe. 170,000 Americans dead. Millions of jobs gone, while those at the top take in more than ever. Our worst impulses unleashed, our proud reputation around the world badly diminished, and our democratic institutions threatened like never before.
Psalm 23. Now, what is Psalm 23? Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, or Yahuwah is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord, Yahuwah, the Adonai, Elohim, forever. Very interesting. Fear nothing, but death and winter is coming. Just keep that in mind here. Right after Obama cries over, fake cries over the country being torn apart by the Trump. Now, what was that? Oh, did the American flag just rip in half? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. America is going to fall. It's going to be divided. As if it isn't already. But it's going to fall. And then you think COVID-19's bad. Well, this false flag attack, there's going to probably be a huge false flag attack or some big event that's going to happen. Monumental, bigger than 9/11, but that's the symbolism there. And then you got this guy who I'm sure represents sadness based on his face. Just falling, and then the winter comes, and then this is the Antichrist coming. He's being birthed by these events into the world. Now, he already exists. Now you got, probably represents ISIS, CIA, all that, the oil. But, yeah, so you got the Statue of Liberty, which is shown with the hexagram telling you who really rules it. The sky closes, the light is taken away. You got Draco, genetically altering the spirits and souls of the children. So that's through indoctrination, and also literal genetic manipulation, probably through the vaccine as well. You got the eye, see through the eye. The all-seeing eye is on the fake Jesus forehead. It's clearly occult symbolism, so it's the Antichrist. And Draco, who represents Satan and the Illuminati, is coming out of that eye. And he's on the TV screen. He's spreading fear, propaganda, and see these kids, they're terrified. Does that not look like the modern world now? Yeah, it does. And now the markets plunge just like they have been and will. It will fall. And then you got war happening, breaking out. Alright? And bats are coming out. The dove piece is taken from the earth, just like the dream I had. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check that out. Now, you got death, just sadness and death everywhere. And yeah, just more death. You got this kid like shuddering with a gift that seems to be a gun. And then you got Juan Pepto, the character they named that. And then this is, you got, so that previous scene that was with Juan Pepto, that was referring to, I want to assume, Central America, Mexico, Cuba, and just communism and all that falling as well. Then, this is a key scene here. See, yeah, everything's set in the winter. Winter is coming, 2021 is coming, and see these tanks coming to devour, almost like Tiananmen Square, which apparently everyone remembers remembers him actually getting run over, not being saved, which is interesting, because they all taught us in school that he was saved. But this is Sun Tzu, courageously opposing the oppression. She's running with a white flag, which I think would mean surrender or peace. And they're not stopping. They're coming to devour. And then who comes? They put their shoulder on her, and death has arrived, coming to claim her. We talked about death in a previous video. But yeah, and then the Antichrist is still coming through. All these events are preparing him for his arrival. He's being groomed right now. And then, yeah, it's just more, I think you guys get the idea. But he arrives through the world, and they give this false illusion that peace has arrived now. He's coming. And he's being birthed. And Shiva the Destroyer's there dancing around. That's probably referencing CERN as well. All these fish are jumping in. All the fish are dying, that's what I would assume it is. And then you got the hag whore here, a sorceress, and locked up in a church tower, it looks like, and a hand from the heavens opens up to her and reveals her shame. And then see that DNA there and all that being birthed from the womb. And there's Shiva dancing even more. And then you got these Illuminati-like puppets giving the illusion that they're destroyed, but they're really just handing their power over to them. Unless that's destroying business, I don't know. But they're giving the impression that, oh, the Illuminati's on the run now. But it's really just the Illuminati has handed their power over to the Antichrist. Now that's representing the resurrection, I want to say, or the rapture. Now, I'm not too sold on the rapture. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that there's going to be tribulation that we're in. But, yeah, you see all these demonic-looking, almost indigenous-looking symbols. And then you see that the Antichrist is birthed finally, coming into the last stage where his eyes are open and he's born. And the church is going to crumble. Yep, it falls in the background. And with the church crumbling and falling to its destruction, he has arisen, and he has come out of the abyss, the caves of the earth, just like it talks about in Revelation. And now you see the 3 pyramids. He's going into Egypt, and the pyramids are being destroyed. Now that probably represents his kingdom is complete. They don't need the pyramid anymore. The capstone is finished. He is the pyramids. He is the capstone. I don't know. That's just me guessing. But yeah. So I just wanted to talk about that because winter is coming. And what you saw with Sun Tzu and all that, that is what we're going to be facing. This winter of sadness and just complete and utter just loss, devastation. Do not fear. Pray to Yahuwah Elohim Savath. Pray to Yahuwah and his son Yahushua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. They are your only salvation, your only way out. They are good. He is good. He is everything good. He is everything just, and he loves you, and he will deliver you from this. It says, let me find the verse. 2 Corinthians 4:17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Do not fear. These Illuminati scumbags have sold out to Satan, and they work for him. They will lose. Satan already lost. It's their loss, not ours. We already have the victory through Jesus Christ, Yahushua HaMashiach. So I can't stress this enough. Winter is coming, but do not be afraid. Just prepare spiritually. Pray constantly. Get on your knees and pray. And above all that, follow the commandments to the best of your ability. I know I struggle with that sometimes, but do what you're supposed to do to the best of your ability. And just pray and pray and pray and pray. That is your ultimate weapon and your ultimate tool. And read the Bible, get Bibles, write things down, preserve the word for these times of trouble which are about to happen. Prepare, get food. I know Patriot Pantry is, according to Richie, about to shut down, so head over there. You can use his links to get like a significant amount off. I might leave it in the description below. I don't get anything from it because I just want you to get something out of it, all right? I just want you to be ready, all right? Winter is coming. They didn't have that slogan all these years for nothing. The darkest and saddest and just most devastating winter is coming. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I really don't think I am. I think the fall is going to be crazy. It's going to be chaos. And then in the winter, that's when people are most vulnerable. That's when they said they wanted to distribute the vaccine with the military. That's when the dark ages are going to begin. The dark days will begin. The dark times. The times of trouble that will lead us into the tribulation if it is not the start of the tribulation by that time. I love you all. God bless you and your families. And I just want to say this properly because I do a shortened version of it, but I want to do the right one. So let me find it. Yahuwah bless you and guard you. Yahuwah make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. It says in the verse 27, and they shall put my name upon the children of Yasharel, and I will bless them. Well, guys, if you've accepted Jesus Christ, Yahushua HaMashiach, as your Adonai and your Mashiach, his name is on you. It's in you. So rejoice and be at peace. But be prepared and be a watchman and be on guard. Stay vigilant and fear no evil. I know that was an old catchphrase of someone who I'm not sure what's befallen of them. They went through some troubling things, but I will not judge them. They opened my eyes when I was a young child, when I was the first year of being a teenager, so I'll give them that. But peace be unto you, and Yahuwah bless you.